Whew. All right. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today is going to be a very spiritual video. This is a spiritual guide to help you unleash and break away and break out of all that negative energy that you've been carrying. If your energy has been down, and what I mean by down, obviously, is your spirits are low. You got the so-called blues. You walk around feeling frustrated. You're depressed. You're suffering from anxiety. You're not feeling good. You're not in a peaceful state. I like the word peaceful versus happy because happiness is an emotional thing. I could be happy in a moment. Happiness is in moments, but peace can last forever. So if you're not feeling fulfilled, you don't have a strong sense of peace, if you're not feeling uplifted and positive and your energy is down and you're in a drought, you're in an energy drought, your energy is just like zapped from you, you're tired all the time, I'm going to help you with some things. Number one is accountability. You have to know what you're entertaining that's making you feel down. I'm a firm believer that we were all born as our supreme selves, as a supreme being. Meaning, when you look at little kids, they're so happy, they're filled with life. They just have this abundant mindset. They have no limited thinking. They're just so happy all the goddamn time. And they feel like they could do anything. They're hyped. They're always excited. They're happy. Every day is like a thrill. Every day is like an adventure. But as you get older, the world, and maybe not necessarily the world, but your world, the world around you, your family, the schools, the environments that you're in, your peers, you experience dating and relationships, and you go through certain traumas and things happen to you, and because you don't heal, because you don't look back at it and learn from it, you can still carry those things. And now you walk around, some people are bitter, some people are depressed, some people are damaged. Some people out there just damaged fucking goods, right? And I don't mean to curse. I don't know if YouTube is gonna, I'm not even really, tripping off of that, but I'm gonna keep the cursing limited right now. But some people walk around damaged goods, right? And so how can you heal from all that? How can you overcome that, recognize what's going on so that you can operate on a space and in an energy to where now you can start thriving off of life. Now you can start attracting positive things, people, and situations to you because you've lifted yourself. You've broken out of this negative space where you entertain toxic habits and things of that nature. So like I said, accountability, right? Accountability. You have to recognize who you're entertaining, what you're doing to continue this process of negativity. A lot of times you shouldn't be entertaining certain circles. A lot of times okay, you smoking those Black and Miles or whatever, so that's keeping your energy down. You're not getting enough sunlight or vitamin D, so that might be keeping your energy down, right? You're in a relationship where you're constantly arguing and bickering and fighting back and forth, so that's keeping your energy down. You're in a relationship where you're arguing at night with your girl, with your man, and it's like, like deep down inside, we all know what the fuck is going on, but a lot of times we don't have the courage to fix it because you're afraid to lose something. You're afraid to lose a person. You're afraid to address certain issues within yourself. It can be, for a lot of people, it can be like you facing yourself is scarier than you facing somebody else. So like you get told like in relationships, you have to confront people. You got to confront your damn self. You have to realize what's going on with you to where you're not addressing the things that's bothering you, or you're afraid to. You're afraid to go to that space. And this is the work that I had to do, had to face in order to raise and work my way up into my higher self to where I'm feeling like I'm operating in my divinity. I'm no longer carrying baggages and and traumas that kept me away from experiencing my best life or producing my best life. And in order to produce your best life or a better life, you have to become better yourself. So it's from the inside and out. You can't fake it, folks. You got to do the work. So what are you entertaining? Are you entertaining them bullshit co-workers arguing back and forth, and then you going back home telling your friends or your family about your co-workers? Like, sometimes we can exaggerate the negativity that's going on out there in the world, and you could bring it back home. Like, you know how they say when you work at these damn jobs, they always try to tell you to correct your behavior. So they'll say, whatever is going on out there, when you come in here, leave all that stuff outside. What you need to do with them damn jobs is to come home and leave all they bullshit at the job and don't bring it home to you. Don't think about it. Don't talk about. I don't care. You got to take a deep breath when you get in the car. Like, yo, I'm not dealing with this stuff. I'm going home. I'm going upstairs. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get me a nice meal. I'm going to eat. I'm going to watch some good TV. I'm going to talk to my friends. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to enjoy myself. You got to leave all that bullshit at the job. I remember I was working at the corporate gym, right? Bro, so much arguing. I ended up being the damn security job, the security at the damn job, right? I'm security. I got to break stuff up. People coming to me. I'm low-key the manager, because like the manager's scared to handle things. So I got to be the manager, right? I got to be security. And it's like, yo, it's stressful and it's just overwhelming because it's really not your damn responsibility. You know these jobs, man. They always give you extra stuff on your plate that's not even yours and not even paying you for it. But it's when you come home from all that, you gotta like say, yo, I'm not letting this stuff interfere with my energy, because you need your peace of mind in order to properly function, like I said, to produce the things you want to produce in life, whether that's better relationships, better financial situation, your health, how you feel, right? Like just how you feel. You can't internalize things. You can't let the things and the issues that you experience out in the world, you can't internalize. You can't bring your home, not only to your physical home, but to your home, to yourself, inside of you. So it's like, that's what I want to bring up, boundaries. You got to start setting healthy boundaries with people, with your environment, with where you work, and etc. Don't allow people to overwhelm you or put their bullshit onto you to where they got their issues and traumas and dramas, and they coming to you talking to you about it. You ever experienced that before? I've been there, to where people tell me all the time, like I come across as a person they feel like they can talk to about things. And I don't know what it is. I guess is I feel I'm open, or I have people say I have good energy, so they feel like they could come to me and tell me things. But I'm like, I'm not your therapist, though. You know, I'm not. I have problems and issues of my own. I'm human too. So you just can't come to me with all your stuff and thinking that's not my responsibility. And sometimes you gotta say that to people. You like, yo, listen, today ain't the day, and I'm not really for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my issues too. Thank you, no thank you, right? So you have to learn how to set healthy boundaries with people, with your relationships, because if you don't, you can be carrying things that aren't yours, carrying issues that aren't yours. People coming to you for help for this and help for that because they see that you have certain things or resources, and they feel like, yo, you can help me. But it's not always your job to help somebody. And just because you're in position or you have certain things doesn't mean that you automatically have to give it away. That can affect your energy too, to where people are extracting from you. And yeah, you want to help people, but you're doing too much. So you got to set those healthy boundaries. You have to know your limits, and you have to communicate your limits unapologetically, because it's about unapologetically protecting your peace. If you don't protect your peace, nobody will. It's your job to protect yourself from all these different people, things, and situations, so that you can be in a mental space, so you can have peace, so that you can feel good, so you're not worn down and overwhelmed and stressed and depressed, right? So that's the key. That is the key. Healthy boundaries and holding yourself accountable. Like, yo, damn, that's my fault that I'm carrying this. That's my fault that I'm stressed out because I'm really carrying issues that aren't even mine. I'm carrying shit that's not even mine. So you have to understand that and address that, right? So, and a lot of times we carry these habits, man. You're drinking too much, you're smoking too much, pornography. And I took a look at myself. I evaluated because I've struggled. Like I went through my ups and downs with all sorts of stuff, right? Drinking. I used to drink a lot. And I would like my friends would like look at me like, oh, what's going on, Randy? They know when I like got a bottle or something, it's something. I'm not just having a good time. I might look like I'm having a good time to other people that don't really know me. But the people that are more familiar with me and more friends with me, they'll be like, ah, shit, what's going on with him? There's things that's going on the inside of us that really affects our state of being. And sometimes when we don't address certain things within ourselves, we try to cope with that through drinking, smoking, pornography, just having sex, partying all the time. Some people are shopping. You want to go somewhere, you want to shop because you want to relieve or reprieve yourself from the stresses that you're going through, from the what you're dealing with at home, what you're dealing with at work, what you're dealing with within yourself, traumas, things that happen to you that you never dealt with or never faced, that you never went to therapy for, that you never worked to heal from, even if it's not therapy. So you could start to cope with all these negative things that you're going through the drinking, through the smoking, through the partying, the shopping, the pornography, the whatever it is, right? You might be getting into fights all the damn time because you walk around mad and angry because you're carrying bullshit that you haven't addressed or healed. And now you feel like because somebody hurt you, now it's your job to go hurt other people, or even worse, start hurting yourself. A lot of times we use drugs or alcohol, we're hurting ourselves because somebody hurt us. So we're doing more damage to ourselves more than anybody else. You know? And so you got to write out. Like when I went through this, I started journaling. And I started to write out all the things that issues that I had, all the things that I'm angry about, all the things that I feel like traumatized me or that I'm still carrying, any bitterness, any resentment, things of that nature. Write all that shit on a piece of paper and you got to read it out to yourself out loud. And the solution that I really found that helped me to start working towards overcoming all this and freeing myself from walking around with all these internal issues and being angry about certain things to where now you're using, again, the drugs and the alcohol to cope with it. And there ain't nothing wrong. Listen, I'm not a Christian. No disrespect. No disrespect. No disrespect to any Christian. But I enjoy like smoking sometimes. I enjoy drinking sometimes. But what I mean is when it's an addiction, when you're carrying negative energy and you feeling like this is the solution, that's when it becomes a problem to where you can't control it. It's controlling you. I don't mind drinking or smoking, or doing anything, but it's like I want to be in control of myself. The minute that stuff starts having control over you, you lost. And there's something else going on inside of you. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. There's a void that you're trying to fill. And so write this stuff out, say it out loud to yourself. And you have to really learn how to fix yourself. Fix whatever internal issue that you're facing. For me, one of the issues I had, a lot of men out there could probably relate. But it's like this is a toxic relationship with a parent of mine, my father. And it's like based off of the relationship, I felt like, man, it's a sense of, you could carry a sense of abandonment issues and it could make you angry and bitter because that relationship or that lack of relationship can make you feel that there's a void, right? There's a void and you're trying to fill that void because now that bringing feelings of Maybe you feel isolated or alone. Maybe you feel neglected through that abandonment issue. So now you start doing dumb stuff. You start joining other people doing dumb shit to fill that void of being abandoned or neglected of certain things. Let me see. Certain mistakes you made in the past that you're still beating yourself for, right? You're still beating yourself up for mistakes you made in the past. It might be a relationship mistake. It might be a financial mistake. And you using that as a crutch. You're beating yourself down. You're still carrying that around you. Now your energy is low. And sometimes it's not even at the forefront of your mind. A lot of times it can be subconscious to where it's there and every once in a while you think about it, but you're not really, it's not at the forefront of your mind on a day-to-day basis. But you're still carrying that within your energy. So what you're going to learn how to do, what to do with all these issues, any mistakes you made in the past, you got to learn how to give yourself unconditional love. Love yourself unconditionally. And what that means is going back at your past. And I did this. You want to go back in your past and you want to forgive yourself for all the mistakes you made in your past. Whether they were you did things on purpose, you didn't know, you were ignorant, you were misled, you were manipulated, whatever it is, you want to forgive yourself because we're all human. And in the day of social media, everybody could walk around thinking and feeling that they have to be perfect. They have to look a certain way and have certain things and have a certain lifestyle. But nobody's perfect. And behind the scenes, a lot of people be struggling with stuff, struggling with things that they end up self-deleting about, struggling with things that causes, bad spending habits, traumas. So they haven't released all the negative energy inside of them. They haven't forgiven themselves. They haven't faced their traumas. So now that's affecting their life. And then now they life go down to almost nothing because they didn't heal anything. Right? And I've seen people from my town, from the schools I went through, go through certain things. And I'm like, yo, I was going through very similar things to that person. If I didn't do the work that I'm telling y'all to do right here, if I didn't work to heal, if I didn't work to hold myself accountable, if I didn't work to correct myself, forgive myself, to free myself from all these things, I would be experiencing the same fucked up shit that so many people I've seen experience. And you got to get to that point. You got to want this. Because, and another thing is like, it's time. It's time consuming. The longer you stay in it, the longer you're staying away from experiencing a better life from yourself. The longer you're staying away from producing better things, attracting better things, people, situations, finances, all of it. The longer you stay in that cycle of negativity and going through the toxic habits. And again, like I said, ain't nothing wrong with having fun. I love to have fun too, but it's like when shit start controlling you, you don't have control over yourself. When you drinking to the point where your friends got to call the damn ambulance because you that just out and intoxicated, when you can't focus on your work because you smoking that much, when you're not staying focused on what you got to do for your business or for your work because you scrolling through social media, or you're in spaces where you're causing the environment to be off because you're watching pornography, or you're not operating with the level of confidence you need because you're beating yourself down about mistakes. Whatever it is, you got to fix it. You got to heal it. And so forgive yourself, love yourself unapologetically, write these things out. And I'm going to give you guys a couple more steps, a couple more tips on how to really get yourself out of that negative energy and allow your environment to heal you. So just as much as your environment could be toxic and weigh you down, there are aspects of your environment that can heal you, to help you to heal. Like I said, going out and getting the sun, letting that sun kiss you. When you go out and get the sun, you're getting vitamin D. And that vitamin D is also crucial for your brain development and for your frequency. Like, you're going to feel energized, right? You're going to feel that the sun also heals certain parts of us in terms of our DNA, right? The epithelial cells, the skin. right? Your hair could start to grow, your skin will start to grow. You'll start to heal through get more sunlight, right? Another thing is if you're in the house a lot, it's not only this a sunlight thing, but you're not allowing yourself to be connected to the world. When you're in a house, especially when you have TV and you know all this stuff, it can kind of disconnect you. So what I've done in the past is going for a lot of walks really helps too, because it allows you to connect with your environment. Go for walks in nature. Sometimes you might go to a waterfront or the beach, right? Walk in the sand, no socks, no nothing, just walk in the sand. And when you get connected to the earth, when you plant yourself down into the earth, the earth can actually heal you. You'll start to feel a sense of peace, a sense of release of a lot of negative energy just by being grounded and connecting to the earth. So staying in the house is really bad for you. And again, not just because of the sun and vitamin D, but you're not getting connected to the earth. Mother Earth heals you. That's why you see sometimes people talk about like these little hippies or these, people that are spiritual teachers talk about, yo, it's okay to hug a tree. It is. Because when you're hugging that tree, you're connecting to earth. When you walk around with your feet out and you walking on grass, walking on the sand, etc., that heals you. It literally heals you from a DNA standpoint, and that'll affect your energy, your frequency, and vibration. So you'll start to feel lifted because the earth and nature is helping you to release all this negative energy. Another thing is, what's really good to cleanse your mind, to keep you more balanced, and to keep you more disciplined, especially if you start struggling with alcohol or bad spending habits or anything you need real discipline with, right? Sexually, anything that you really feel like you're struggling with self-control. You're having these urges and you gotta spend, you gotta drink, you gotta smoke, you gotta have sex, you gotta watch porn, you gotta I don't know what we are dealing with, but if you're struggling with self-control or you got to overeat, whatever, and you're struggling with self-control and you got these urges that's out of control, one great thing to do is fast. When you're fasting, you're intentionally abstaining from food, and you're forcing yourself to abstain from something that you see as a necessity, right? And so it builds up a lot of self-discipline and self-control. Even when you want to talk about the chakras, when you practice something like fasting, you literally can heal your appetite, heal your sexual urges, heal mentally. Your thoughts will be more calm, right? Emotionally, you won't feel that same inclination or urge to want to get something or to do something to fulfill this emotional need or emotional lack or this you're unfulfilled emotionally. Like you'll be able to calm yourself down and you'll be in a more controlled and stable state mentally and emotionally and even spiritually, right? And physically. All right. So fasting is so great. I practice eating one meal a day now. I have like a smoothie, and then I have train and workout, and I have my one meal. But it helps you to maintain more self-control. You're more cautious of your decisions. You're more cautious of your eating habits. You're even more cautious of the thoughts that you have and with the words that you speak and how you treat people and how you move and your actions throughout the day. It's crazy. Like when you start to fast, it's like everything starts to slow down. You feel calm. You feel relaxed. You feel poised. And it makes you feel like, okay, I have a grip over every second of my day. Even though you're not literally obsessively counting every moment, but it feels like everything slows down and you're able to take advantage of all these different situations that you're coming across throughout the day, because you're not operating out of your mind to where you're high or you're intoxicated or you're feeling the urge. You're not distracted by any of that. You're more calm and under control. So fasting is really important, right? For self-control, self-discipline. And the last one I want to say is your environment. the people that you entertain, the people that you talk to on a day-to-day basis, are they stressing you out or are they helping you out? Are they helping you and encouraging you, or are they bringing your energy down and make you feel discouraged? Sometimes it's not us that's really going through the stresses. Sometimes it could be the people that's around you. Sometimes you don't even realize that some of these people around you aren't doing things to intentionally bring you down, to do things to intentionally like get you into an emotional state where you're reacting. And a lot of these people are narcissistic. These people that want to come around you, they want to stir up things inside of you. They want to bring up certain mistakes that you made so you could get angry and frustrated. Some people that just want to come around you they might want to exploit you. Somebody might just always be asking you for something, and you find yourself always having to kind of give or fight with them, arguing back and forth about what they want, whatever the case is, because it's taken away from you. Again, those healthy boundaries got to be there. But sometimes it's the energy that you're around, the people that you're surrounded by. If you got friends that saw some toxic bullshit and you trying to be in a place where you're operating from peace, you feeling depressed or whatever, and they keep talking about their nonsense and they're not really there where you are, you got to take a break from that. You got to disconnect. Sometimes you got to outright cut folks off, because that negative energy is like it spreads, right? Like just like how you can have positive energy, and a positive energy could start to affect everybody else around you. It could spread, it could radiate, right? The same thing with negative energy. Some people can bring your frequency and your vibration down. It affects you mentally, emotionally. It affects your energy and your frequency, right? They negative energy is bringing your positive energy down. So be mindful of who you are, who you're around, the conversations that you have, and pay attention to the way you feel after you talk to people. Like I'll be doing that a lot. And I've done it a long time, not intentionally, like unintentionally. But it's like you have to sit there, you have to reflect on how you feel after you talk to somebody. Like, do you feel encouraged and empowered and inspired and energized so you want to go in the world and do something? Or do you feel like discouraged and down and sad and tired after you talk to a motherfucker? Because if you feel tired or down or frustrated after you talk to somebody on the phone or in person, that's an indication that you shouldn't be talking to that person. Sometimes those people, they may not have said something to you to negatively affect you, but it's just their energy and they're carrying stuff. And a lot of times, I've experienced this before, a lot of people that's walking around with bullshit, they'll like to talk to you to kind of put their issues onto you, to kind of like use you as their therapist or just for an ear for them to listen to. I ain't got time for that. You need to go handle that yourself, but just don't be like all the time venting to me, especially when I'm giving you a solution and you're not working towards the solution and you keep coming around trying to talk to me. Now you're just affecting me. Now you getting on my damn nerves. You bringing my energy down because you just want somebody to vent to, but you're not actually trying to solve the problem, and that's bringing your energy down, right? So want to deal with people that after you talk to them, after you interact with them, you feel better. You feel lifted. You feel encouraged, inspired. You want to do more. You want to elevate. You want to grow in life. You feel positive. You feel at peace. You feel more relaxed. You feel calm. You feel good. That's a sign and indication that that's a person that you need to continue to be around and build a relationship with. Because a lot of times you're influenced by the people that you're around, not only in terms of life and the goals, but even on a frequency and an energy level. All right. And that's it. That's all I got for y'all, man. This is how to overcome that negative spirit, but also heal and overcome the negative and toxic habits that you're carrying. Love y'all. Let me know what you think about the video. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. All right. Peace.